Good morning, my friends. I hope you're enjoying your day so far, and I hope you had a happy 4th of July. We're going to go ahead and get started here with Magic Monday. I'm your guest host once again. I'm Brandon Adkins with Quest Integration, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Adaptable Quapple. I think you guys will have some fun with it. We're going to play a little trick on your mind here with changing up that Quest logo that you guys get to hunt for in your favorite game, Spot the Quapple. So we're going to do that here to get things started for today. Let's play Spot the Quapple. We'll kick things off here, give you a quick little preview. You can see a few of those Quapples there, hopefully in the toy store. We're going to see if you can find all 5 of them. So I'll give you 30 seconds on the clock, like we usually do. Let's go ahead and get started. Hunt those things down. There's 5 Quapples. I hope you can find them all today. Lots of different colors and things going on there, so maybe it's a little tricky on some of them. Got about 10 seconds left. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Let's see if you found all of the answers here for today. There we go. All 5 Quapples. Hope you guys enjoy that. So for today's topic, like I said, we're going to spend a little bit of time and have some fun with the Quest logo there for the Quest Bite. We're going to use a technology to do this called photo rendering. And you guys see plenty of examples of this everywhere, which we'll talk about here, to make things look realistic that may not actually exist yet in real life. So what is photo rendering? Basically, it's just taking a 3D model and making it look as realistic as possible. You see this all the time in movies and pictures. There's a few examples up on my screen right now. If you've seen any of the Star Wars movies, a lot of the times that you see Yoda in the movies, he's actually a 3D model that was created by an artist and rendered using some of the same technology that I'm going to show you guys here today. So that's pretty exciting. We've done the same thing with our Quest Bite logo there. We use photo rendering to add reflections and make it look realistic and change the appearances. It's really a lot of fun to play around with. Myself as an engineer, I get to use these tools, but there's plenty of other people out there that use this technology. It might be artists if they're creating things for a movie or pictures that we look at. You see plenty of examples of that all around you. Engineers get to use it to actually visualize what it is they're creating, what they're designing in a virtual environment. Even sometimes scientists can use this to visualize what it is they're theorizing about, and architects use it to show examples of the designs for buildings and houses that they're creating. So you can really get very, very creative with this technology. It's a lot of fun. I get to use it, and maybe some of you guys will get to use it if you get into a career that takes advantage of 3D models or photo rendering. So what I'm going to do with you guys today is give this a try. I'd like for you guys to be able to see what it looks like to create a 3D rendering of a model that you've maybe created yourself or maybe someone else created for you. We're going to take a look at what it is to actually create some of that information. So we'll start with our Quapple model here. And for right now, it doesn't look that realistic, does it? We've got some appearances on it, but it doesn't quite look like what we actually want it to. Maybe we want to turn this thing into glass and display it in front of a bunch of other awards or something like that. Now we can use some of our favorite tools here in SolidWorks to make it look a little bit more realistic if we wanted to. So what we're seeing on screen right now is our model being rendered to look a little bit different. We can see some of this happening right on screen in front of us. Now if I want to make this look even a bit more realistic, I can take advantage of other tools that will allow engineers and maybe artists or people in sales and marketing to communicate with one another and share these 3D models. That's one of the exciting things about this technology is it allows us to share the information that we're creating in a 3D environment. It's pretty cool. And we can do this for all kinds of different things. If you're designing Quapples or if you're designing cars, motorcycles, anything that you can imagine, you can pretty much use a 3D rendering tool to get a better perspective on what this is going to look like in real life. Now, at this time, it really doesn't look much more realistic than what we saw in the last image, but I can take some other steps here to create something that looks pretty impressive. So for example, if I wanted to use maybe a glass appearance on the Quapple, that's really easy to do. Just drag one of these glass appearances on there. And you can see as the rendering is processing on my computer, it begins to look more and more realistic as we go along. I can take other glass appearances and maybe drop those onto other parts, like the stem here if I wanted to make it a clear glass, or maybe let's change this up a bit, and we're going to change that clear glass to look green, right? It's really simple in a lot of these rendering tools to just pick a different color, right? So I grab a different color, you can see that we're able to kind of see through that portion of the Quapple. If I wanted to add some other appearances and stuff to it, that's really simple to do. But more importantly, maybe I want to adjust the lighting or maybe put a picture that's behind the Quapple or something like that to help show maybe an environment that this thing would sit in, right? I can just take an image here. And what I actually did is took a picture of my desk last week. So we'll go ahead and just find our picture there. There we go. So if you guys didn't know, that's what my desk looks like here at Quest Integration. And I'll turn the quick preview mode on here so we can move around real quickly. And maybe I want to create a quick photo rendering of this glass Quapple with a bunch of other stuff behind it, right? When I'm ready to do this, all I have to do is turn the rendering mode back on and you can see this thing come to life. It's really fun to play around with the different lighting conditions and add your own images and make this thing look as realistic as possible. So you guys have seen a quick example there of just how easy it is to get creative and work with your own 3D photo renderings. I hope you learned a little bit about what this actually is. Photo rendering is a tool that is used in a lot of different places. Maybe some of you guys, like I said, will get to use these tools in the future. If you get into careers with science, technology, engineering, or math, you'll probably see some of this implemented in your field. So I hope you enjoyed learning with me today. That's it for today's Quest Bite. Be on the lookout for our next episode coming up on Wednesday. Corinne's going to be back with you guys, and she's got an exciting little experiment for you where we're actually going to use toothpicks to suspend a bottle of water in the air. So you'll see how that works. Hopefully learn a couple of things there about engineering principles and have some fun with us on the next Quest Bite. We'll see you around and continue your quest for knowledge.